At the bottom left, the game that takes place on Atlantis spaceship. Oops. We have our Protoss player in the red. It could be the last map of the day. This is the MVP player we have.
MVP Lure.
What he's trying to lure people to do, nobody knows. That's part of his plan.
He's so focused. And he's facing a Terran. Starting to the top right in the blue. We have a Terran player starting for complexity. It is
Complexity Hurter.
Former TSL player, and like we said, criticized often for being very aggressive off of 1 or 2 bases, but he hasn't shown us that yet today. His late game, his mid to late game was pretty good. His 2-2 was a little bit late. There's not much else to criticize him for, though. His engagement was unfortunate. That's what happened to him, and he got behind as a result. Neither player took third base for a really long time there. They were both a little bit scared of each other's armies. They kept beefing up their armies. They weren't going for the late game. And then once Lure had that early lead, he just took the the Nexus first. Before the third command center went up, he kept being aggressive, got his upgrades going, got Storm, and the Vikings. I mean, yeah, he made Vikings, but he wasn't sure what his opponent was switching to, when he was going to have Storms out, and it was a tough game to play for Hart.
Atlantis Spaceship is one of the maps where we, I don't know, a lot of Terran versus Protoss that we see on this map result in the Terran trying to get a very early third base and being a bit too greedy, whereas the Protoss player so far, most of the strategies, or a lot of strategies, a lot of games that we've seen on this map center around gateway attacks, around a little bit of gateway pressure that a Protoss player tries to apply here. So I'm really interested to see what exactly is going to be here. It's a huge map, we talked about it, it's just enormous, and the distance between the 2 bases is like, whoa.
2 racks, by the way, from Hart. This is more what he's known for than what we saw last game. This is not a common build on this map. It's a huge rush distance. It's hard to pressure your opponent.
Intended?
What? What do you mean?
Okay.
What?
No, it's okay. No, it's fine, it's fine. And here comes the foot.
No.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell, no, that wasn't intended. At that point, as my realization was,
all right.
I feel like I'm in 5th grade again, but Reaper is going to come out for a little bit of scouting. And that can also kill workers if the first Zealot and Stalker go out to pressure a little bit.
And he's already getting this reactor. So let's see how exactly this is going to work out. With the double barracks play that he has, this is definitely something that Hart was comfortable in the past. We have the standard build for his opponent, and the Reaper has already been spotted very early on. Immediately a Stalker has been started, and he's gonna position the Stalker so that the Reaper will not get any additional kills in the mineral line. But the main question is, what is he going to scout? How is Lure actually able to see what exactly his opponent is going to do? That's the main question here. His expansion is up, but he needs to be really careful about how he's going to approach this. Double gateway already as the follow-up, but Hart is probably going to hit with the 1 base timing here, and Lure has to scout it. That's currently the most important thing for him.
And when you see the Reaper, what is the first thing that you think? Oh,
Reaper
wow.
expand.
Reaper expand, or, well, in general, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, he made a barracks with a tech lab, so he's going to have Marauders potentially, and he's not expanding as quickly as he normally would, so I need to scout soon. But also, against this, it may be 2 or 3 barracks pressure, so I need gates before Robo. So that's why he went 2 gateways before the Robo, so it delays his scouting a little bit. We are going to see tanks very likely come out from Hart at this point, but when you go siege tanks with the 2 barracks, you can expand behind it. It's not necessarily an all-in, but it can be, and that's the scariest part about this, so he needs to see as soon as possible, like you said, what's happening. Is this a siege tank, Marine Marauder push? Is this just going to be pure Marine siege tank? Well, here's the starport. Looks like we're going to see Marine Banshee with a few Marauders and siege tanks.
We have the robotics already halfway done. He will chrono boost one of these observers and send them over to the opponent's base in order to find out what exactly is going on. But the distance between the bases is huge. It will take quite a while until the observer is finally arriving. But he's trying to sneak in a 1 probe. The probe is on the move already. I don't really think it's going to work. Especially not when a probe is walking straight towards the Zanaga watchtower. I don't know what the thought process here was, but well, trying to claim the tower maybe, but it's already occupied by the Marines.
Yeah, he didn't get away with that.
Yeah, he probably just wanted to get the tower.
Well, he knows what it was claimed with. He was able to see the entire army in the middle. Twilight Council finishing up here. Combat shields now on the way for Hart, and he's already got stim.
The Observer is on the way.
Yeah, this is crucial. He's not going to be able to stop this Observer from scouting him.
Oh, he has a couple of Marines. He had a couple of Marines in position. If he actually sees the Observer...
Now, he could see it with the Watchtower.
No, I mean with the Marines. If he pays attention to his main base...
So what I'm saying is, like, maybe he moved his Marines slightly, and he clicked on them right after the Observer came to the Watchtower.
If there's a scan right now, this would be the worst case scenario.
He's saving a scan. I bet he knows. He absolutely knows, and he's going to stop this if he's paying attention now, and he does. Beautiful. This is what it means to be a pro gamer. That is the difference between someone who's in Master League, someone who is in Grandmasters even, and a pro gamer. That's Star Sense. He knew the Observer timing. He saw it with the Reaper. He saw the robotics.
Oh
He's checked with the Watchtower, and
he's moving out again, and this is horrible right now. Lure has no clue. He's going to find out very soon, but a little bit too late.
These two stalkers are not even enough. I'm not sure why he thought they were. There's no concussive shell, so he gets away, but that was scary.
Oh, the Observer is missing. He's missing the army. He has no idea.
He totally misses everything. He misses even the SCV pull.
Oh my god. He has no clue. Archons are being built. 4 gateways.
He's going to try to hold this with, well, I mean, he has no idea what he's about to hold.
He has the production, but the thing is that he does not really know anything.
This is not going to be enough. I mean, he's got the Archon to do damage to some of those bio units. This SCV is all he sees. He's going to freak out now when he sees this. Force field's going down right away. He needs to pull back. Nice pull there. Now he can elevate her into the main using these medevacs, and he likely will once he sieges up.
Oh, here we have the army. He's walking up, and I think he's swapping in additional units. Here we go. More Archons are joining the battle. The siege tanks on the low ground. And currently, Lure is exactly aware of what's happening here, but can he defend against
pylons. He's going to start losing them, and he's going to be supply blocked. He needs the production that he's gained from this second base, but if he loses pylons, he won't get that. 4 pylons on the way. Zealot's on the low ground here. It looks like he's going to try to go for a 2-pronged attack, but he's running out of time. All the probes are down. All the pylons are canceled.
He's going to sack the low ground.
Yep, and he's lost all of his probes, which will allow him a lot of free supply, but that's, I mean, the worker count right now is 23 to 28.
The army supply is 63 to 44, and here comes Hart moving into his opponent's base, trying to walk up the ramp, and well, with the tanks on the low ground, what can he do?
He was firing on Marines with that Immortal. It did not target it. Another Immortal is about to pop out here. One of the gateways is unpowered, but there's not much else to do here. Force field goes down, but this means the Zealots cannot fight the units on the ramp, and the tanks continue to fire. This is a terrible position for Lure.
He just cannot close to these tanks. This is the main problem that he has. Now we have even bunkers on the low ground. If he gets another one on the high ground, that would be even worse. But those tanks are repositioning, and he cannot close the distance to the tanks. This is just horrible for him.
Yeah, and the bunker doing some damage here. Nice targeting by the Immortals, but there's too many siege tanks. Bunker falls, the medevac heals the Marines. He stims, runs up the ramp. GG! Hart ties up the series 1-1.
Very bad situation here for Lure. He doesn't have any scouting information whatsoever. He tries to send one of his observers in, but Lure is just, Hart is waiting for the observer to appear. Scans, takes it down. The second observer misses the army that's moving out, misses the SCVs as well, and Hart is evening up the series, tying it up 1-1 and forcing the third game.
When you do a build like this, you have to deny scouting. Sees with the Reaper, the Robo timing. He has the Watchtower. The Observer flies to the Watchtower. The second it came in that distance, I was actually looking at his Marines. He selected them and moved them slightly in his main base towards the edge. Kept checking. The Observer comes in, scans it, denies him. The second Observer, unfortunately, was a bit unlucky. He tried to go around, so he wasn't scanned and killed again, but for that reason, he went around and totally missed the army. Great denial of scouting by Hart. The execution was perfect, and I mean, it doesn't get better than that when you're doing a build like this. Everything went his way.
The last map is going to be Cloud Kingdom. Lure against Hart, Protoss against Terran. Cloud Kingdom is the last map. It's the third map, and it will determine which one of these two players will advance to the second round of Code A, and who will have to fight his way through the Code A qualifier once again next season.
Yep, only one can advance here. This will be our final map of the night. A little bit of a smile coming out.
That was the weirdest smile that I've ever seen.
That may have been one of the weirdest I've ever seen too. It was definitely a little bit strange. All right, it's time to go into Cloud Kingdom, our map with the big S. And whoever wins this will go the up and down matches at a chance for Code S. But this is the GSL Code A with Caldor and Wolf.